Hey everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Tech Explained. So today we're going to be diving into the world of AI, and specifically how it's really impacting our work lives. We're going to be looking at all this through a Fast Company article by Tara Chklovsky. She's the founder and CEO of Technovation. So if all this sounds intriguing, make sure to hit that like button. And subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the tech shaping our world.
Well, it seems like AI is everywhere these days, and everyone is super excited about how it's going to revolutionize pretty much everything. The article we're looking at today definitely highlights some really interesting ways AI is being used, especially in areas like, strategy or fundraising.
It really does. I mean, just imagine AI helping us with all those really tedious tasks. Things like scheduling meetings or taking notes. It's super appealing, right?
Oh, absolutely. But the article also brings up this idea of a mind tax. Basically what that means is there's a real cognitive cost to processing all the information that AI generates. It's like a hidden cost. Have you ever felt that?
Well, all the time. It's like AI gives us way too much of a good thing sometimes.
Right.
Instead of just, giving us clear direction, we get these massive lists of AI-generated suggestions. And then suddenly it's actually harder to decide what to do.
Exactly. It's almost like the huge volume of information makes each individual idea feel less valuable.
Yeah, it's so true. I always start out super excited when I see a big list of AI-generated ideas, but then I end up just skimming it because I realize I have to go through so much to find what's actually useful.
Yeah, and I think that actually highlights something really important about how we work, something that AI often misses. And that's just the reality that, work is messy. We have to collaborate with other people.
Yeah.
And we have limited resources, so we have to prioritize. It's not something AI can really replicate.
That's a really good point. In fact, the article actually talks about this shift in perspective. The author Tara talks about how she used to be like, wow, every time she saw AI-generated ideas. But now she's way more cautious.
Right.
And she really tries to be more discerning.
Yeah, and it gets even more interesting when you start to think about the impact of AI on things like fundraising or relationship building. I mean, we always talk about how important that human touch is. But in a world where AI can write personalized emails, or even craft what seem like really heartfelt messages, will that human touch even matter anymore?
That's a great question. It makes you wonder if something like a handwritten thank you note, will that actually stand out more in the future? Because it's like this deliberate choice for human connection in a world that's full of AI-generated communication.
Totally. And it's something we're already dealing with today. I mean, how many times have you read an email and wondered, was this written by a person or by an algorithm?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's so true. And it makes you wonder, could this whole thing with AI change how we approach business interactions in general? Will things like in-person meetings or site visits, will those actually become more valuable as a way to build trust and make genuine connections in a world where we're relying more and more on AI for communication?
It's definitely a possibility. And this whole idea of human connection, it's something that comes up again and again in the article. Even when it comes to something like team management, we all love the idea of AI taking over those boring tasks, like scheduling or taking notes or sending follow-up emails.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But what does that really mean for how we work together as teams?
Right. Imagine if AI was managing our projects, sending emails for us, maybe even creating podcasts. Sounds amazing on the surface, right?
Right.
Less busy work, more time to focus on strategy and creativity. But is it really that simple?
Well, the article does point out some limitations of AI. One thing is that it's really good at learning from the past, using data to come up with solutions.
Okay.
But that means that it might struggle in situations that are totally new, or when it needs to deal with, really complex interpersonal dynamics, situations where sensitivity and judgment are really important. And of course, AI isn't exactly known for its groundbreaking innovation. That still requires us humans.
So maybe instead of replacing us, maybe AI will actually force us to develop new skills.
It's possible.
Maybe the future of work will involve less time on those mundane tasks, and we'll be able to spend more time on higher level thinking and creative problem solving and building those strong relationships that AI can't really replicate.
That's a really interesting point, and it brings us back to the core of what this article is really about. Building and maintaining those essential human connections in a world that's increasingly driven by AI.
That's such a critical question for all of us, no matter what our job is or what industry we're in. How do we make sure we're not losing sight of what makes us human as we navigate this rapidly changing world?
Well, one thing the article highlights is how conferences and professional gatherings might change.
Okay.
It suggests that these events could become less about just sharing information and more about experiential learning, getting diverse global perspectives, and fostering really deep, authentic human connections. Things that, as we've been talking about, AI isn't really equipped to handle.
That's fascinating. Imagine going to a conference where the real value isn't just the presentations, but it's the chance to have these thought-provoking discussions, to collaborate on creative challenges, and to build meaningful relationships with people from all over the world.
Exactly. It's a pretty exciting vision of the future. And as we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, it's important to remember that this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned for part 2, where we're going to explore some of the potential benefits AI could bring to the workplace and how we might navigate all the challenges and opportunities that come with this technology.
Welcome back to Everyday Tech Explained. So we just spent some time talking about some of the potential downsides of AI. Things like that mind tax and that risk of, losing some of that genuine human connection. But now let's kind of shift gears a bit and talk about some of the potential upsides.
Yeah, let's get to the good stuff. I mean, the article really does paint a picture of how AI could make our work lives so much better. Like, just imagine if we could actually hand off all those tedious tasks to AI.
Oh, totally.
Things like scheduling meetings, taking notes, sending follow-up emails.
Yeah, all the stuff nobody really wants to do.
Exactly. It would free up so much time and mental energy.
Absolutely.
We can actually focus on the more strategic and creative parts of our work.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, think about it, more brainstorming sessions, more time to really dig into complex problems, and more time to build stronger relationships with clients and colleagues.
It's like having a super efficient assistant.
Yeah.
But one that never gets tired or needs a coffee break.
Exactly. And beyond just freeing up our time, the article also talks about how AI could change how we learn and develop new skills.
Oh, yeah.
The author Tara mentions the work of this group called the AI Forward Alliance. And they're really focused on the economic benefits of AI skills training, especially for women and girls.
That's awesome.
It is. Like, imagine having access to AI-powered learning platforms that could personalize your learning experience, adapt to your individual needs and goals.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's like having a personal tutor available 24/7.
That would be amazing.
It would. And it knows exactly how you learn best and what you need to succeed.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and the impact of AI goes way beyond just individual learning. The article also explores how it could change the way teams work together and how they innovate.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
So think about this. What if we had AI tools that could help us brainstorm?
Oh, wow.
Right? Tools that could analyze tons of data to identify emerging trends, or even help us come up with more effective strategies.
It would be like having an extra brain in the room.
Totally. And one that can process information super fast.
And maybe even offer insights that we would never have thought of on our own.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
It is pretty amazing to think about how AI could help us be smarter as a team and tackle those really complex challenges in completely new ways.
Yeah, definitely.
But as we get all excited about these possibilities, it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Right?
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
That's true.
We need to be responsible with AI
Yeah.
and make sure that it aligns with our values
Totally.
and that it ultimately serves humanity, not replaces it.
The article really emphasizes that.
Yeah.
Like, we can't let technology make us forget what makes us human, our creativity, our empathy, our ability to connect with each other on a deeper level.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance, isn't it? We want to use the power of AI,
Yeah.
but we don't want to lose sight of the things that make our work and our lives meaningful.
I think that's a perfect way to put it. And that actually leads us to the final part of our deep dive, where we're going to bring all of these insights together and talk about what this means for you, the listener, how you can navigate this crazy world of AI and make it work for you.
All right, so welcome back to Everyday Tech Explained. We've talked about a lot in this deep dive. The potential of AI in the workplace, but also some of those potential downsides too. So now let's talk about what all this means for you.
Yeah, let's bring it all home. We've been talking about how AI is changing things up in strategy and fundraising, even how we connect with each other. But how can you, listening right now, actually make AI work for you in your own career?
Well, first off, I think it's really important to remember that AI is a tool. It's a powerful tool. But it still has limitations. So, don't buy into all the hype.
No.
Don't think it's going to magically solve every problem.
Yeah, definitely. Don't just take everything AI tells you as the absolute truth. Be critical. Question the assumptions. And see if it really aligns with your own goals and what you believe in.
And something else is really important. Never underestimate the power of those genuine human connections. No matter how advanced AI gets, it's those relationships you build with colleagues and clients and mentors. Those are the foundations of a successful and fulfilling career.
Absolutely. And actually, Tara Chklovsky makes a really interesting prediction in the article. She talks about how conferences might change in a world where AI is everywhere. She thinks they might become less about just, downloading information and more about experiential learning and getting different global perspectives. And most importantly, building those deeper human connections.
Wow, that's a really cool idea. I love that.
Yeah.
Imagine going to a conference, and it's not just about sitting there listening to presentations.
Right.
It's about actively engaging with people and brainstorming together and building relationships with people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So as you navigate this ever-changing world of work, remember those essential human elements. Collaborate with others, nurture your relationships, and never underestimate the power of genuine human interaction.
And like with any new technology, I think it's important to stay curious. AI is changing all the time, so keep learning and keep exploring. And most importantly, stay engaged in the conversation.
Because at the end of the day, it's up to all of us to shape the future of work. We want a future where both technology and humanity can thrive.
That's right. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Are you excited about AI? Are you worried about the challenges? Share your experiences and opinions in the comments below.
This has been Everyday Tech Explained. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that's shaping our world. Until next time.